This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman. On Monday, over 2,000 people packed into the historic Riverside Church here in New York to celebrate 30 years of Democracy Now! Speakers and performers included Angela Davis, Patti Smith, Michael Stipe, V, formerly Eve Ensler, Hooray for the Riff Raff, Mossab Abu Toha, and a surprise appearance by Bruce Springsteen. We'll be airing excerpts all week. But we turn now to Patti Smith, the acclaimed singer, songwriter, award-winning author, and artist. She recently celebrated 50th anniversary of her landmark debut album, Horses. In 2010, she won the National Book Award for nonfiction for her memoir, Just Kids. Patti Smith performed alongside her daughter, Jessie Smith, and Tony Shanahan. She began, though, by reading an excerpt from her new memoir, Bread of Angels.
I'm going to read a little passage from Bread of Angels while Tony's tuning up. Will I distract you?
No.
On October 26, 2002, International Answer organized a protest of the planned attack on Iraq by the Bush administration in Washington, D.C. We performed People of the Power. I looked out, and an estimated 200,000 people gathered from all over the country, looking back from the Constitution Gardens near the Vietnam War Memorial. The mall was carpeted with people calling for peace, chanting "No war." We met again in January, performing again in the freezing cold and joining forces with Reverend Jesse Jackson. On February, blessings upon him. On February 15th, the largest global anti-war protest in history was waged. In England alone, nearly 1 million protested. In Italy, a staggering 3 million. I marched in Paris in the Palestinian section, and they gave me a flag. Sadly, the collective voice of the people was not heeded. On March 16, 2003, Rachel Corrie, a young nonviolence activist, was protesting the Israeli demolition of homes in the Gaza Strip. Bulldozers had already destroyed surrounding houses in Rafah, where she was based. They targeted the family home of Professor Nasrallah, where she was staying. Corrie, wearing an orange vest, bullhorn in hand, called for them to cease. She stood on a raised mound in the path of an Israeli bulldozer, but it kept going. Her fellow activists cried out, and the Nasrallah children watched in horror as she was crushed to death. The loss of Corrie, a bright, altruistic force, just 2 years older than my own son, haunted me. At the same time, on the first day of spring, it was obvious that all the marches, pleas, and protests of millions of people worldwide were not going to halt the Bush administration's plan to attack Baghdad. That was 23 years ago, when Tony Shanahan and I wrote the song. We wrote it to comfort the family of Rachel Corrie and to send a small message of hope to the Palestinian people. standing there with your hands against the pane, looking out the window at the rain. And I wanted to tell you all your tears were not in vain, but I guess we both knew we'd never be the same, never be the same. Why must we hide all these feelings inside? Lions and lambs shall abide. Maybe one day we'll be strong enough to build it back again, build the peaceable kingdom back again, build it back again. Why must we hide all these feelings inside? Lions and lambs shall abide. Maybe one day we'll be strong enough to build it back again, build the peaceable kingdom back again. Maybe one day we'll be strong enough, we can build it back again, build the peaceable kingdom, build it back again, build the peaceable kingdom, build it back again. I was dreaming, in my dreaming, of an aspect bright and fair, and my sleeping, it was broken, but my dream, it lingered near, in the farm of shining valleys, where the pure air rarefied, and my senses newly opened, 'cause I awakened to the cry that the people have the power to redeem the work of fools upon the meek, the graces shower. It's decreed the people rule.
That was Patti Smith with her daughter Jessie Smith and Tony Shanahan performing Peaceable Kingdom at Democracy Now!'s 30th anniversary celebration at Riverside Church Monday night. Thanks for watching Democracy Now! On YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to make sure you never miss a video. And for more of our audience-supported journalism, go to democracynow.org, where you can download our news app, sign up for our newsletter, subscribe to the daily podcast, and so much more.